Ida for bringing an emotional support animal to a funeral despite my daughter's wishes? I am a 38M. Daughter, ISA, fake name, is 17F. Stepdaughter, Ava, also fake name, is 9F. ISA's stepfather recently died. I felt terrible because I knew while they weren't super close, he'd been in her life since she was 5, so I knew it must have hit hard. My family was also invited to the funeral. The issue is, however, Ava has horrible social anxiety. She's homeschooled because of it and has difficulty going to social outings. She's in therapy and has an emotional support rabbit named Luna. Since this funeral would be pretty crowded, we decided to let Ava bring Luna to the funeral. ISA had a problem with that. The ISA quickly told me she didn't think it was a good idea. Pets were not allowed at this particular cemetery. I told her this was a rabbit, what harm could it do, and Ava had a medical reason for bringing her rabbit. She then looked it up on Google and showed me only service animals were allowed to come. I told her I'd bring Luna, and if an issue arose, we'd leave. She begged me not to, saying her stepdad's death was already hard enough on her mom, and she didn't want any drama to make it worse. I told her I'd think about it and keep that in mind. And the thing is, Ava needs her emotional support pet. She wouldn't make it through the funeral if she didn't. She also really wanted Ava there, so what else could we do? ISA drove to the funeral with her mom, while my family and I drove together. We brought Luna. ISA and her mom were waiting for us at the entrance when we got out. When ISA saw Luna, she freaked out and started yelling that she told me not to bring her. I explained Ava's needs, and she then screamed that Ava should have just stayed home then and caused Ava to cry. I felt bad because I know she was already dreading the social interaction, so hearing her sister say that must have hurt her badly. My wife and ISA got into it after that. Not so kind words were spoken by either party. Her mom took ISA's side and told us to leave. I agreed, and we went home. ISA has been giving me the cold shoulder, but I don't know how else I could have handled this differently. YTA. Since when did this funeral become about you and a rabbit? You were told explicitly not to being animals, but you went ahead and decided to disrespect a grieving family's wishes on probably one of hardest days of their lives and did it anyway. This. YTA. And emotional support animals are pets. Just pets. You were putting Ava's needs ahead of ISA's. Which is even more appalling as Ava, and you, had no connection to the deceased when ISA did. They edited to add, several people have clarified that ESAs are animals that have been prescribed by a medical professional and that the legal definition of one indicates it is not a pet as it relates to the right for fair use. And that there are people with mental health issues that benefit greatly from the emotional connection to their animal. The benefit of an animal to one's mental well-being and ability to cope is one I am well aware of. Unfortunately, my experience has been that the majority of ESAs out there are people's pets that they want to bring with them everywhere. And that is what caused me to call them just pets. I have seen the same thing with people who order a service animal vest off the internet, slap it on their dog and claim it as such. In regards to Op's post, he is still ta because he disregarded what ISA wanted, which was for the rabbit to stay home. Well, that will probably be okay with OP, because I notice he refers to his current wife and his stepdaughter as his family in his post when he says that his biological daughter and her mother rode together to the funeral and he rode with his family. OP is a huge ah. Oh, and one more thing. I am over this emotional support animal nonsense. I understand that some people have social anxiety, but that doesn't give you a carte blanche to be an ah insisting that you get to bring your pet everywhere.